Hey everyone, my name is Jelmily G. Lapinid.
And Brendel Torres
Today we will talk about patterns in nature.
and types of patterns.
Types of pattern: spirals, symmetry, foam, fractals, waves, meanders, and tessellations. Spirals, the spiral pattern, are common in plants and in some animals, notably mollusks, and also in human, the earth, and the galaxies. The spiral has universal appeal and has a mysterious resonance. With the human spirit, it is complex yet simple, intriguing and beautiful. These are examples of spirals patterns. Symmetry. The symmetry indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an object, and the resulting parts are mirror images of each other. There are two types of symmetry: reflective and rotational symmetry. Types of symmetry: reflective symmetry. The reflective symmetry means that one half of an image is the mirror image of the other half. It also sometimes referred to as line or bilateral symmetry. Rotational symmetry. The rotational symmetry, also known as radial symmetry, means that the object or image can be turned around a center point and match itself some number of times. Included in this type are three-fold symmetry, four-fold symmetry, five-fold symmetry, and six-fold symmetry. These are examples of symmetry patterns. Reflective symmetry. Rotational symmetry. Foam bubbles and foams are patterns in nature that are formed from repeating spheres. Foams are a volume of bubbles of many sizes, where the spaces between each larger bubble contain smaller bubbles. In some ways, foams can be fractal. Some foam patterns are uniform in composition, so that all the bubbles are relatively the same size. These is example of foam patterns. Fractals. The fractals was discovered in 1975 by Benoit Mandelbrot and described as self-similar. Its shape is similar regardless of the magnification. Fractals are created by starting in a simple shape and duplicated again and again and again. We see fractals in nature. A fern is a good example of fractals. Its frond is a miniature replica of the whole. These are examples of fractals. Waves. The waves are disturbances that carry energy as they move. Mechanical waves propagate through a medium, air, or water, making it oscillates as they pass by. The wave pattern is most often seen when looking at the ocean from above. However, you can also see wave patterns in grass as the wind blows through it. These is example of waves. Meanders. The meanders are endless bends in rivers or other channels which form as a fluid, most often water, flows around bends. Agusan River is the longest river in the Philippines. It meanders through the valley floor at a general NW trend. These is example of meanders. Tessellations. The tessellations are patterns formed by repeating tiles all over a flat surface. The arrays of hexagonal cells in a honeycomb or the diamond shape in a pineapple are natural examples of tessellation patterns. These is my example of tessellations. Why studying patterns in nature is important. Patterns provide clear insight into the natural world. While animals and certainly plants are far from thinking beings, they do have certain habits that exist in patterns, and understanding these behavioral patterns provides a clearer understanding of all living things.
The first example of five-fold symmetry, which is Scala-Tucci.
The second example of five-fold symmetry, which is okra.
This is the third example of five-fold symmetry, which is ka. First example of spiral, which is water droplets fly away of a well, which is gabi.
This is a second example of spiral, which is snail.
This is the first example of fractal, which is elephant eggplant.
So this is a second example of fractals, which is marang.